The Nobel Peace Prize winning idea of microloans is making its way to Victoria. People with small business ideas are able to borrow from others who are already successful. The wealthy donors get a modest return on their investment, and the entrepreneurs can tap into money as well as mentorship. A-News reporter Mary Beth Burton has more on the first microloan recipients. Mary Beth?
Well, Eric, microloans have been around for decades, and they've certainly proved successful in many parts of the world, especially in developing nations. Now, thanks to a Victoria student who's pursuing her PhD, wealthy people in Victoria are backing people with great ideas.
We have about 3/4 of an acre.
The Green Girls are working a small farm in central Saanich. They're not just growing food and flowers, they're helping stronger community take root.
Teaching people to grow their own food is just a necessity to getting food security started, and we really think that it's important for people to be given plants that are healthy and will survive. There's nothing more discouraging than planting something and watching it die.
Jeanette Sheehy and her partner Alex Smith have big ideas about their small plants. In March, with the help of the first ever community microloan, a critical part of their operation, the greenhouse was built.
We dug a trench on either side and put the wood in, and then took poly and bent it over, and then ran up the field with over 40 feet, 540 feet long and 25 feet wide poly.
Lisa Helps, a PhD student in history, learned of a Victoria program in the Depression era that saw successful people pool their money for the less fortunate. And last fall, her vision of community micro-lending took root.
The thrilling thing is, sponsor is one way of putting it, but you can lend her money, she pays it back through us, you get your money back, and then you can lend it to somebody else whose idea you like.
The loans are $5,000 maximum. The borrowers have 5 years to pay it back at a 10% rate of interest.
2% goes back to the investor, 8% comes to community microlending so that we can provide mentorship and support to borrowers.
It gives them nutrients like most.
The Green Girls expect their $5,000 loan will be repaid in full in 6 months, about the same time it takes them to get from seed to cellar. It's a slow transition from greenhouse to covered crates to the great outdoors in what Sheehy calls hardening.
So that they can experience the full elements. So once they go home with our clients, they're ready to live outside in their gardens and they won't go through any shock.
The Green Girls are growing. In fact, this grassy field won't be grass this time next week. They're going to till it and start planting heritage flowers. Much like this tomato plant needs soil, manure, and lime to thrive, community microloans will require a healthy mix to survive.
If it's not right, left, it's not business, nonprofit, it's not government, citizen, it's everybody working together with the premise that this place on earth, this Greater Victoria region, is a place we all share, no matter what our background is or what our station in life is. That's what's most thrilling, is watching people sit side by each that wouldn't be together otherwise.
If you have a business idea that's ready to bloom, applications can be made at www.microlending.ca.
Yeah, these are
And it's not just individuals who are supporting this idea. In fact, Van City is behind the first 5 microloans that have gone out, but community lending has also attracted $16,000 from individuals who just see this as a viable option. Meantime, the Green Girl Gardens, the women that we featured tonight, they're hosting 2 weekend sales back-to-back. You can find them at 1133 Mount Newton Cross Road in central Saanich, and they want to become educators as well, Eric. So if you're like me and you have a terrible brown thumb, their website has hints to help you grow almost anything. Go to www.greengirlgardens.ca.
All right, well, let's check it out. Thank you, Mary Beth.